Mga hakbang na ginawa ng DFA at iba pang ahensya para sa repatriation ng 10 Pilipino mula sa Cambodia ating alamin kasama si Department of Foreign Affairs Assistant Secretary Robert Ferrer. Magandang tanghali, Asek Ferrer.
Magandang tanghali, Asek.
Apo. Asek, maaari niyo po bang ibahagi sa amin kung paano nagsimula ang proseso ng repatriation para sa 10 Pilipino ito at ano ang kalagayan ng mga kababayan natin nang matagpuan sila sa Other Myan Kee, Cambodia?
This is part of an ongoing process, years already that this has been happening, and we are very grateful to the cooperation na natatanggap natin mula sa gobyerno ng Cambodia, ng gobyerno ng Myanmar at iba pang gobyerno sa rehiyon na kapwa natin miyembro ng ASEAN at kapwa din nating pumipirma sa mga tratado, mga international agreements against human trafficking, arrangements against online scamming. Ngayon, itong 10 nakararating lang kahapon, naka-duty po ang DFA kahit Semana Santa. They first, yung 6 po dito, lumapit po sila mismo sa embahada, March 12. Okay, and then pagkatapos doon, nilapitan na po yung embahada natin, ang Royal Cambodian Police, at yung police mismo ng Cambodia ang kumuha sa kanila. By the way, ayaw ng gobyerno ng Cambodia na gamitin yung word na rescue. Very sensitive sila dyan because syempre, sensitibo sila sa imahe ng kanilang bansa. No? At hindi natin makukuha yung kooperasyon nila kung masyadong mainit yung ating mga NGO, media, yung mga ibang kababayan natin na palaban. Kasi ang trabaho ng DFA ay professional na magsilbi sa kababayan natin at kunin sila mula sa kapahamakan. So nung March 19, kinuha ng Cambodian Police itong mga ito at dinala sa Other Myan Kee police facilities. And so it took about less than a month before they were able to come home.
Asek, gaano naman po kahalaga yung naging papel ng Cambodian law enforcement at ng Philippine Embassy sa Phnom Penh sa matagumpay na repatriation na ito?
Maganda po ang relasyon natin with Cambodia. Sabi ko nga, as a fellow ASEAN member country, and ang ating embahada po sa Phnom Penh, led by a career seasoned diplomat, Ambassador Florida Mayo or Tata Mayo, maganda po yung interface nila with the Cambodian relevant ministries and the Cambodian police. Kaya very important po talaga yung cooperation, hindi yung confrontational, kundi yung ASEAN way of doing things, which is very thank God, very smooth at walang insidenteng masama. Thank you.
Asek, anong klase ng tulong ang ibinigay po ng DFA at iba pang ahensya sa mga repatriates pagdating nila sa Pilipinas?
Well, ang standard procedure po natin is, una, tinitignan natin kung okay sila physically, kung meron silang sakit, merong isa na na-identify na nagkaroon ng medical issue at hopefully okay na. Doon pa lang sa Cambodia, tinignan na siya. And siyempre, may care package yan, may pagkain. Yung sa documentation naman, kung wala sa kanila yung kanilang pasaporte, binibigyan namin automatically ng travel document para makabiyahe sila pa uwi ng Pilipinas. Ano pa ba? General coordination with their next of kin, yung mga kamag-anak nila dito sa Pilipinas, para ma-update po yung mga kamag-anak kung kumusta na yung mga loved ones nila.
Asek, pwede niyo po bang ipaliwanag kung paano naman ginagamit yung Assistance to Nationals Fund sa mga ganitong kaso?
An embassy, so we have more than 90 embassies, more than 98 embassies worldwide and consulates. Pag may Pilipino na nangangailangan ng tulong, nire-report po yan kaagad. Kung OFW po sila, DMW po ang may hawak ng kaso. Pag hindi po sila OFW, meaning Filipinos who live abroad, be they traveling diplomats or UN peacekeepers, students, performers, ganon. Kami po yon. Now, DMW has not yet fully deployed its personnel to all the nations of the world. 190 plus yan eh. So those embassies and consulates na walang resident na migrant worker attaché, kami po yung kumikilos noon. So ang ginagawa ng ambassador or consul general, nagre-report po siya sa DFA Office of Undersecretary for Migration, case 1, case 2, case 3. May mga salaysay po yung mga yan. May mga sinumpaang salaysay, may affidavit, may ATN form. So binabawasan po namin yung mga listahan ng forms kasi gusto ng Pangulo to make life simpler and smoother for OFs and OFWs alike. So darating po yan, normally within 24 or 48 hours, ina-approve po ng Secretary of Foreign Affairs, si Sir Ricky Manalo, ang aming boss, through our Undersecretary Eduardo De Vega, yung mga fund requests. So what are these fund requests? They may be in the form of legal assistance, kung kailangan nila ng abogado, care packages, kung nasa preso sila, medicines, even emergency hospitalization. So lahat po yan available as stipulated by Congress and by the President.
Asek, para maunawaan ng ating mga kababayan, ano po ang nilalaman ng DFA Advisory Number 09-2025 at bakit ito mahalagang sundin at malaman ng publiko?
Okay, kausap ko lang si Ambassador Tata before this interview, Ambassador Mayo. And we are one in appealing to all Filipinos who have access to digital devices, okay, whether laptop, iPad, cellphone, digital watch, maging mapanuri po tayo because hindi po lahat ng nasa internet ay totoo. Hindi po lahat ng nasa internet ay tama. And while there may be legitimate online recruitment practices, I mean, that's normal, kasi digital age na tayo, may AI pa nga eh. There are people who they have ulterior motives na they use digital platforms to first recruit Filipinos kasi magaling tayo sa English, good work ethic. And then, pag nakuha na yung mga tao, nabitag na, and then they are asked to do online scamming. So, many instances, Filipinos are forced, according to some cases, forced to become criminals. Unfortunately, in some cases, some of our kababayan are actually the ones committing the scamming. They knowingly commit these crimes and then at the same time, they also need assistance. So, ganun talaga. So, yung advisories ng mga embassy natin, including this one you cited, is basically warning our kababayan, our Filipinos, from the major cities to the farthest barangay na i-check po ninyo parati yung mga nagre-recruit sa inyo. Nandyan naman po ang DMW, may regional offices po sila. Nandun naman ang DOLE, may regional offices po ang DOLE. Nandyan po yung Office of the Mayor ninyo. And IACAT, the Interagency Council Against Trafficking, chaired by DOJ, si Undersecretary Nikki T ang everyday chair niyan, we have a project together wherein we will establish municipal and barangay anti-trafficking desks. So that will become a standard procedure because ang dami nating kababayan who still want to work abroad, but that is still a choice. It is not forced upon them because of economic reasons. So what do we need to do is we make attractive to our people the option to work here. Or if they want to work abroad, please always coordinate with DMW. Always coordinate with your embassy abroad and your consuls and consuls generals para iwas pusoy po tayo. But I would like to stress the DFA is always ready to help and bring you out of a dangerous or compromising situation. Not only when you ask for it, but when the host government itself identifies that there's a problem, and we have mechanisms for that within ASEAN, within the United Nations, and also bilaterally. In fact, kausap po ng DOJ ang kanilang counterparts in Cambodia para mapaganda po yung koordinasyon natin.
Asek, ano naman po yung susunod na hakbang para sa mga repatriates? May counseling, livelihood support o integration program po ba para sa kanila?
Yes, so meron po tayong tinatawag na, I'm sure you're aware of this, Asek, yung one country team approach. So abroad, ang ambassador or consul general ang head po nung OCTA. So, one country team yan. Meaning, the DFA, while DFA is lead, nandun po yung ibang ahensya like DMW, DTI, DND, PNP, sometimes DSWD, may pinapadalang employees or staff ang DSWD, pati DOH, para tugunan ang pangangailangan ng mga kababayan natin abroad, which is what happened recently with the Myanmar earthquake. Okay, so once the Filipinos are home, may OCTA din dito. So may OCTA abroad, may OCTA din dito. Halimbawa sa airport, not only DFA is there, DSWD is there, OWA is there, DMW is there for seafarers and OFWs, and meron tayong interagency task force na nakahanda po sa airport to receive the Filipinos who came from either crisis or traumatic situations or online scamming situations, and then may debriefing po. Sometimes if there's a criminal case involved, DOJ is already there at the airport. Pero I cannot divulge too many details because of course, you know, we are trying to fight this monster called online scamming and anti-trafficking.
Asek Ferrer, may monitoring po ba ang DFA sa mga Pilipinong nasa mahirap na sitwasyon sa ibang bahagi naman ng Cambodia?
Oh yes, because ano yan okay, I'd like to also stress the role of our Filipino communities all over the world. 14 million po yan. So if you think about it, that's 14 million eyes and ears. So nothing happens in the world na hindi nalalaman ng Pilipino. Alam niyo po yan, magaling tayo sa... So kung may ginagawang masama laban sa ating kapwa Pilipino, usually nalalaman yan kaagad ng embahada natin na nandoon na, kasi doon sila nakatira doon sila naka-assign. Yung ambassador, kung well-connected siya sa kanyang Filipino community, isang pindot lang ng cellphone niya, makaka-convene na siya ng Filipino town hall meeting, wherever that is, from Saudi Arabia to Russia to Canada to US to Cambodia. So automatic po yung coordination with the Filipino community, and they are the ones that are helping us. Parang positive help sila sa efforts ng Philippine government. Thing gets done without the involvement of our NGOs also. May mga cause-oriented NGOs tayo that also dinudulog po nila yung mga cases sa DFA and other government agencies na hindi pa ho namin because we need everyone's help.
Okay, sir. Opo. Okay, sir, panghuli na lang po, may tanong tayo mula kay Maris Umali ng GMA News. Ano po ang status ng overseas online voting? May reports po ba na nakarating din sa DFA?
Yes, I'm not the one handling the COMELEC process abroad. You might have to interview Undersecretary Gary Domingo. But ang feedback po namin is nag-start na po yung overseas voting a few days ago. And so far, so good. Everything was smooth. I was also handling that when I was Consul General in Moscow. And maganda ngayon is automated na po. And we hope and pray for peaceful, smooth elections abroad.
Okay, maraming pong Pilipino ang naghahanap ng trabaho online. Ano po ang mensahe o paalala ninyo sa mga kababayan nating nagnanais magtrabaho sa ibang bansa, lalo na kung sa social media lang nila ito nakikita?
Okay. This is, as I said, this is an ongoing problem. One set of repatriations or one successful criminal case prosecuted and brought to bear on the criminals will not stop this problem. Kami po ni Undersecretary De Vega, yung officers po ng DFA dito, we like to think of it unfortunately as a iceberg. Ang nakikita mo lang yung nasa surface, pero underneath the ocean malaki pa yung problem, and so we all have a lot of work to do. So according to my team here, may posibilidad pa na ang mga Pilipino ay patuloy na nabibiktima o di kaya'y naaakit sa mga job offer in the region, yung mainland Southeast Asia, kasama ang Cambodia, kasama ang Myanmar, kasama ang Laos, na may halong patibong. So there's a trap, okay? And by its nature, a trap is not very visible until it's too late. kung may mga masasamang elemento tulad ng sindikato na nagdadala sa ating mga kababayan sa mga scam hub, sana ay tumigil na sila. We are looking at you, hindi lang DFA, PNP, and my colleague here from PNP is here, DND, DMW, OWA, the Office of the President, all of us are involved. So, huwag nyo nang ituloy yung mga masamang balak ninyo na itong mga sindikato na nagdadala sa ating mga kababayan sa mga scam hub and involving other nationals. Ano? Mababasa nyo naman yan sa dyaryo. I will not single out as an you know what I'm talking about. Sana ay tumigil na sila at sana ay wag na itong patulan ng ating mga kababayan. Please be discerning and please be the good and wonderful fellow Filipinos that you are. Magtanungan po kayo and let's ask one another hard questions and make decisions that truly will benefit our families instead of making them worry about our welfare. Thank you.
Okay, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, Department of Foreign Affairs Assistant Secretary Robert Ferrer Jr.
Thank you.